What's up guys, Maniac here. Now as you can tell, this is not my room. Not anymore. This is my dining room. In my dining room, that is where for the camera set on my computer. So I'm filming at my computer. Now this is probably something I've been always wanted to do for a while for videos. I'm gonna make, let's start off with just on the subject. Let's just start off with Godzilla, because it's mostly about things about what I want for a Godzilla sequel. Because Godzilla, the movie, 2014 movie, on its opening weekend, I mean, right now I have it up. So how much did it make? It made about. So on the opening weekend, it made $93 million, and that's like enough to make a sequel, which that's great because I want to see more sequels of this legendary Godzilla, or Gareth Edwards Godzilla. I mean, I want to see more. So yeah, I mean, and there's some things that I would want to see in the sequel, some things that I would like to see in the sequel, or just monsters I want to be in it, but I don't know. So yeah, but I have a list here of the things, 8 things actually, that I want for a Godzilla sequel. So why don't we start it off? But first, before we start, I just want to point out that Godzilla, the Legendary series, is going to be made into a trilogy. There's like about 30 movies, counting the new one. Why make 3 only for Legendary? I mean, I really wish they could make more Godzilla movies until it gets to the point where it gets stupid, or at least make more than 3 at least. 4, I'll be fine with that. 5, just make more than 3. I just want more Legendary Godzilla because the first movie was really cool. So yeah. Anyways, let's get on with the list. So the first thing that I want to see in a Godzilla sequel is more Godzilla, because the only problem is with actually the biggest problem with the new Godzilla is that there's not enough Godzilla really, and a lot of people agree with that. And I mean, you do see him, like you see him sometimes in the middle of the movie, and you'll gradually get to see like the whole thing of him in the last final battle ending. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that. That's really cool. But this movie played out with teases and teases till the end when it gets to the final battle, which I'm like, oh come on, do you really have to do that? I mean, I know that Gareth Edwards want to make this some sort of like a Steven Spielberg movie, which I can see why, and it works for a movie guy like me. But as a Godzilla fan, there is some part of me there, I'm just kind of wish there was more Godzilla. So yeah, definitely more Godzilla next one. Second thing, have Godzilla destroy buildings. Now, the only thing that Godzilla was being all terrorizing and destruction in the new movie was when he was destroying the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, yeah, he causes destruction when he fights the monsters, but I'm talking about Godzilla on his own. Because I was kind of expecting Godzilla to destroy buildings in this new movie. Actually, at first, when the new movie was coming out, I was expecting this one to be like a remake of 1954 movie, but it's, you know, totally different actually. So yeah, there were some things that I didn't get and I wanted, like Godzilla destroying buildings. I mean, all he did was destroy, like I said, is the Golden Gate Bridge. And I like to see him destroy more buildings. I mean, they're playing him as an animalistic creature, an anti-hero. I mean, most people would find him, at the end of the movie, most people would find Godzilla as a good guy, which I don't mind him being a good guy, but he's also an anti-hero as well, and he's an animal. So I want to see Godzilla destroy stuff. So Godzilla destroy buildings. I want to see that. Third thing, if they're going to have more original monsters, have more bizarre designs of original monsters. Now, I like the Mutos creatures. Like, I like the way how their animalistic nature works. Like, I like the way how the female would mate with the male for giving a nuclear bomb for a president or something like that. I like the idea of that, but I really didn't dig the design that much because it looked too much a lot like the Cloverfield creature, which I'm getting really sick of American giant monster movies doing that now. Like, now they're just doing like giant monsters with big arms like this. So yeah, I mean, it was okay, but I do wish they could do something a little bit more crazy designs or something like that. Like remember Gigan from the old movies? Like, how could anybody think up of that? I mean, it's like the most randomest thing in the whole world that they ever designed, but yeah, why not do that with more original monsters like that? Or same for Orga. Orga's just like, what does he look like? Or Biollante. I mean, yeah, just like make something like more original and just make it something that doesn't look like the Cloverfield monster. And no like arms or legs like this. No more of that. Just do more original, bizarre monsters. 4. If they're gonna bring back a classic monster, then bring back some underrated monsters, classic monsters. Now, it would be just fine if they brought back like the popular ones like Mothra, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla. I don't mind that. I mean, I love those monsters, but I really do think they should give the other monsters a chance. Mostly the ones only starred in one movie or twice in a movie. Because like let's say King Caesar. I want to see King Caesar again. Or Jet Jaguar. Definitely want to see Jet Jaguar again in another Godzilla movie. Or Megaguirus, Orga, or Biollante. I mean, since this new Godzilla movie is all about realism and just in this real, and it asks you what would Godzilla be like in a realistic world, Biollante could fit in that kind of thing. Because, Biollante is pretty much the only monster I can think of that could be realistic by science. It could be possible. I mean, bring back Biollante. That would be so cool. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't mind them bringing back a popular classic monster, but it would be great if they picked an underrated one that they haven't used for a while. That would be so cool. 5th thing. Now, if they're going to bring back characters from the first movie, I want them to bring back Ken Watanabe and Sally Hawkins. I mean, I don't mind Aaron Taylor Johnson. Well, he did okay, at least. I mean, I love his character, but his acting is okay. But I also really do enjoy Elizabeth Olsen's performance and Bryan Cranston. I mean, yeah, I wish Bryan Cranston would have come back, but we all know that he died in the very beginning, which maybe they could find some way to unrealistically bring him back to life or something like that. Or maybe they're just hiding from, the main characters that Bryan Cranston's still alive. I don't know. I just want Bryan Cranston to come back, and it's sad to see him die early in the movie. But, but other than Bryan Cranston, though, Ken Watanabe and Sally Hawkins, well, Sally Hawkins really didn't do anything for me, but I really do like the scientist relationship between like Ken Watanabe and Sally Hawkins. Like, I love those two, especially Ken Watanabe. He's like one of my favorite actors, and of course Dr. Serizawa is probably one of my favorite characters in the movie. And I would love to see him come back. That would be so cool. Those are pretty much the only only actors in the original cast that I would like them to come back. 6th thing, get more big stars. Now, with sequels, they would always pick like stars that are kind of unrecognizable. Like Dawn of Planet of the Apes. They got like one really well-known actor, Gary Oldman. But you don't know anybody else. You just know that Gary Oldman's in there and Andy Serkis. That's just about it. I mean, get more well-known actors to be in the movie. I mean, just like in the first Godzilla movie, you got Aaron Taylor Johnson, you got Elizabeth Olsen, you got Bryan Cranston. Get more memorable stars. I mean, like, get Christian Bale. That would be so cool if Christian Bale was in the movie. Or, who else? Oh, what's that one guy's name? He was Jamie Foxx. Get Jamie Foxx in the Godzilla movie. That would be cool. Or Mark Wahlberg. That would be cool if Mark Wahlberg would be in the movie. Or Sigourney Weaver. Get Sigourney Weaver. Or Dan Aykroyd. Or just get big stars. Or actually, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors. And just putting Tom Hanks in a Godzilla movie, combine it all together, it's like a cherry sundae. Please. Yeah, get Tom Hanks. That would be so cool. But just basically, I mean, I can think of a million actors in my head that I would really want to see them in a Godzilla movie. But get more well-known big star actors. Don't get like actors that we barely don't know, or like teenagers that are kind of like, yeah. Don't even get like Shailene Woodley or anything, or Jennifer Lawrence. But just get well-known actors. Number 7. the Monster Island story. I want a Monster Island story. Because when was the last Godzilla movie that we saw that took place on Monster Island? Well, I'm thinking either Destroy All Monsters, because that did, or Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 that took place in the beginning, or Godzilla Final Wars. I don't know. Gareth Edwards says that Godzilla was meant to be a standalone movie, but if it does have sequels, he would be interested in a Monster Island story, which that would be great. Because we haven't seen a Godzilla Monster Island story for such a long time. In fact, it would fit so perfectly in the realistic world too. Because what if like the government was hiding Monster Island from everybody? Or what if Monster Island was the Area 51 that everybody assumes? What if there's like this big gate or something that only like top secret people had to go through, and only the government knows about this, and it doesn't give it away to everybody else? That would be so cool if they did that. That would be so cool if they did that. I mean, they can make the Monster Island like Jurassic Park, like it's ruled by monsters. You know, that would be so cool if they do that, you know? Yeah, I mean, that would be so cool if they do that. I would really love to see a Monster Island story. I mean, I'm fine, although I am kind of fine with whatever Gareth Edwards is going to do with the story with the other sequels, but hopefully I would really like to see a Monster Island story. That'd be cool. And 8, last thing, a Godzilla Pacific Rim crossover. That would be the coolest thing ever. Because just think about it. I mean, we love Pacific Rim because the action scenes are fantastic, and also the fighting scenes are incredible, and they just look so cool, and it just pays homages to the original kaiju movies. And, you know, just imagine seeing Godzilla fighting those kaijus. I mean, I know Godzilla is portrayed as a good guy or an anti-hero in the new Godzilla Legendary series, but they're both owned by Warner Brothers and Legendary. It could be possible to do a crossover. I mean, seriously, that'd be so cool. I mean, get Gareth Edwards, get Guillermo del Toro. I can't really pronounce his name right, but the guy who directed Pan's Labyrinth and Pacific Rim, get them together and make a Godzilla Pacific Rim crossover. That would be awesome. So yeah, a Godzilla versus the Jaegers. That'd be so cool to see. So yeah. So that's pretty much all I want to see for a Godzilla sequel. But what I want to know is, what do you want to see in a Godzilla sequel? Comment down below. Check out my other videos. They're really cool. Like to subscribe. Like my page on Facebook. See ya.